I'ma celebrate, gonna celebrate, gonna celebrate what I done. I'm so excited, let me show you right now. Gonna celebrate what I've done. Not by myself, of course. With Chief using an arm. It helps a lot. Vice grip and screws and brackets and little screws. And I didn't have to use that. It looks like a dentist drill. Didn't use that. Didn't use those or that. Did use a little drill, and I did use a countersink drill bit. That helped keep the wood from splitting. And I did use these. What for? I don't know what those were. Oh, those were for these little screws, because of course they're Phillips screw, because you know that's how that works. Phillips. 2 drills, screws, and a star bit, and of course, oh, and that star bit was for these screws here. See, like that. And of course, these screws, which look very similar to those screws, they have their own star bit. So you have to get your own little star bit for that too. Oh, and then I had to use a third star bit, which was this one, for these long screws for when I undid the second project and redid it the way I liked it, the way I finally figured it out. Ta-da! Tools courtesy of the Chief, of course. And used 1x2s. So what I had done is I had made frames earlier, and then I had to put the legs on. So I found a way to get my legs on that I like, using brackets screwed in, going down, and then I bent the bracket so it was straight up and down to the ground, like that, to the ground. Then I just put braces on this side and this side, and it don't wobble. So this was number 2 that I just redid to match number 3 and 4. And those are squash trellises. Squash trellises. How exciting. I'm so geeked. And the kind of squash I plan to grow out front are actually going to be pumpkins. Pumpkins! So we're going to plant them down here. The bottom's here. I can't see my finger, but you can. Down here will be the squash. They'll come up, they'll grab on, they'll start growing through here, or they might reach up and grab it and grow through there. And then underneath I'll have cardboard so that weeds won't grow under it. And it might keep the pumpkins off the ground as well. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'm hoping if I come out and check them every now and then, they will, I'll be able to train them to go up where I want them to go. So that's exciting. I got these finished. The Chief said, because he said, hey, do you need help with something? I said, yeah, I need help to figure out how to make these legs so that they won't be wobbly, and they're not. They're very sturdy. I really like that. Very sturdy. And then he said, okay, I can do this for you, but you got to come out and see what I do so that you can reproduce it. He reminded me of the See One, Do One, Teach One that I like to promote, which, anyway, I hate when my words come back to haunt me. But I can also take these, once I put them at the ground, is I can gently hammer them in a little bit at the top, just to put them in there a couple inches. This rise is 2 feet. The frames are 4x4. I know we need more room for pumpkins than that. But the rise is 2x2 is the frame. No. I'm pooped. The frame itself is 4x4. 4x4 square. It's 1x2s, sandwiching the garden fencing. And then the rise is 2 foot. And then these braces right here are 1 foot. And I really like I really like the strongness of this. Now, those are 3 and 4. They're 2, 3, and 4. This was number 1, which I'm going to use it anyway, but I'm not in love with how it turned out. That's why it was number 1. You're number 1. You're number 1. Where we had put the legs flat against here, and so now this angle, I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's not wobbly. It really is pretty secure, but I don't love that the angle comes out a little ways from it. You can see how it goes out like that. Yeah, so I'm not in love with that. I'll still bury the bottom of the legs a couple inches. I'll just hammer them in, and we had put some triangles to support. So I mean, it doesn't wobble. But that was number 1. That was our first one, prototype 1. But 2, 3, and 4 now complete. Figure out where I'm going to put them, where exactly I'm going to put them. See, aren't they cute? Look at those squash trellises. That's going to be growing them on the ground. They're going to get airflow. They're going to not be touching the soil. The fruit will hang down a little bit. A couple other things. Oh, and that direction right there, that's south. So they're facing south. They're going to be like almost like a solar panel would be. So all of the leaves should get nice and sun to make their food. But yeah, what I plan to do is put them all up in here this year. So you can kind of see there's some empty spots. So there's number 1. Number 2 will be like where the fire hydrant is. Not at the fire hydrant, but back some. And you can see there's a little bit of sunshine break in between the shrubs, between the forsythia on the left and the other shrub on the right. And then there are some spaces on the other side of the serviceberry. I think there's space for 2 trellises over there. I think so. Go look. That's where last year I had all of these empty spots were sunflowers last year. And I might still put sunflowers around the in the back of them, like toward me, like this way. Just for interest. I definitely want to put flowers around there. Yes, we have plenty of dandelions. I'm not a huge fan of them, but right now there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to sweat it. Let's see, hubby complains that trying to mow underneath this willow bush is tough. I might throw some wood chips down there. I'm not sure yet. This is kind of messy. This is the service berries. The flowers are almost done. And then they'll turn into berries. Back here, right here, this mound is a burdock. So we got to get in there and get rid of it shortly. Like today. That thing is huge. And it's going to be all... That's not rhubarb. No, I don't think so. I'm going to look it up again just to make sure. I'm pretty sure it's burdock. So I got to get rid of it. And then there's another small one over there I got to get rid of. So the cats and the dog don't end up with burrs. Yeah, over here. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. Yeah, this is where we had the corn last year. I can see the stalks right there. We had corn and we did have sunflowers all up in here. And we didn't have anything here yet because I had just made that bed last year with cardboard and wood chips. But there's plenty of space here for 2 trellises. And they'll get lots of sunshine. And look at that. I got my comfrey. Where is it? In my picture, it is over there somewhere. I can't see. It's very bright out. Oh, here it is. There's my comfrey. I did that on purpose. And it's good for fertilizing. So I will clip a bunch up. Oh, it's already starting to get some flowers. Yeah. I'll cut a bunch up and I'll make some comfrey tea for fertilizer. And I thought I planted strawberries up in here somewhere, but I'll have to check. Anyway, I'm just so excited and I just can't hide it that the squash trellises are done. Are done. Oh, I had strawberries over here where the stupid burdock is. But the squash trellises are done. And no, I'm not putting anything here. If anything, it'll be more wood chips to keep the to keep access to the fire hydrant. Because not having that access would be a bad idea. Oh, there they are. There they are, strawberries hiding over here. They're getting flowers too. Now, I don't have this area fenced or protected, so likely the birds and stuff are going to come and animals will eat them. But also, I figure if someone's walking by, they're foraging, they're hungry, take some, you know. I'm not going to miss them. We've got plenty. So, I am so excited. And I just can't hide it. I just got to find some cardboard. And my squash trellises will be installed. And then I'm pretty sure I'm just going to plant from seed in mounds and let them grow up. I might plant in seed and plant a couple in some cups just in case the birds eat the seeds. But this is going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Timmy little lazy northern gardener. My poor husband, he has the patience of the saints. So there were a couple times I had to walk away. And of course I was almost done. And the battery had to get recharged because it was winding down. Ooh, the sun faded our flag. Yeah. So, but I was determined too. I'm like, you know what? If you get me started, I'm just gonna finish it because it's a gorgeous day, and it's just time. It's time to finish them. I don't have a lot of time later because I'll be putting gardens in. So while I can, I'm gonna work on the homestead. Oh, and look at how nice! Look at how nice this maple is growing. It's huge. This maple that turns bright red in the fall, it's got to be twice the size it was last year. It's huge. That's the one that also had a nest in it, but I think the nest got pillaged by starlings or something else, some kind of, yeah, the nest is gone now. That's a bummer. But it is a real tree because it did have a nest, which meant birds liked it. And I hope they make another nest. But it's really gorgeous. And you can't tell, it looks from here like it's planted to grow into the wires, but it's not actually. Actually, I mean, there's a lot of space. You can see lots and lots of space for it to grow. And it loves its location. It's got lots of sunshine, and the water, we call it lake low. It collects in here and runs down this little slope here, so it gets plenty of water. See if it needs any pruning. Yes, there are some. Oof. And, see this inside? When it grows, it's going to grow wide, and it's going to rub against these here. So I could take, hello bird. She's like, what are you doing in here? So I can take this one out. Probably these two are probably going to grow together. I don't know if there's anything I can do for that one. I hate to scalp it. I've been trying to cut like inside branches so they don't grow inside the tree. Like I'll lop these off if they're growing this way. This one I probably will cut off. But anyway, hello bird. See the bird? Looks like a female finch. I don't know. Yep, there she goes. I don't know if she's the one that made the nest earlier. But yeah, it's a pretty good tree. It's not real brittle too because we get really strong winds out this way. So we're doing well. And yeah, I'm excited about my squash trellises being done. Team below, Lazy Northern Gardener. Love you guys. Learn and grow some more.